Matt said, I love the Russ / Jalen Milroe pairing. Give me feels though. LOL. No, respect on that. And trust me, part of me says that. Part of me is like, man, why waste your time doing the Russ thing again, man, if we thought last year was all that he could be? To me personally, I think there's more context into it. That's why I'm a little bit more open to Russ returning. But at the same time, the other part of me says, man, I don't need to go and start the Justin Fields experiment from ground zero. Why don't I just start at year 5? I already got Justin Fields right now, right? I don't have to go back in time and say, Jalen Milroe, come in here. Let me see if I can get you up to where Justin Fields is currently at. And now that I get you there, now what's the next step? It's like, yeah, I already got that. But at the same time, I do understand from just a business standpoint, if I'm talking about the cost of labor, Justin Fields is going to cost a lot more than a Jalen Milroe. So that's the part for me where I say, all right, if I were going to, if I just felt like I had to have that dynamic playmaker, that athlete type of dude, that quarterback that could do a little bit of both, all right, well then sure. Let me go with my man Justin. You know what I mean? Like, let me go that route. Because, yeah, Jalen is cool, though. Jalen Milroe's cool. I do like that. But if I can't get one, then I'm going to go with the other. And I think that's just kind of where we at with this name, man. All right. Let me see how the poll going. Okay. Y'all getting after on the poll now. I see y'all getting it. Man, now let me find out. Now, Chris Hobson said no to Milroe. He is anti-Jalen Milroe. He said, bro, look, I'm tired of developmental quarterbacks. I want it done. I want you to already know what you got. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Dang, Mike Hood, he says no. He don't want no big Milroe either. Come on, man. It's Jalen Milroe. He got that big boy cannon. Yeah. And he can run really, really fast. Let's get it, man. Let me see how the poll pop. Oh, man. Fields is killing it. Oh, it's a landslide on the poll right now. I mean, I usually like when the poll, having a little bit of fun, but we having a lot of fun on one side of the poll versus the other side of the poll. All right, respect on that then. Respect. Let me give it a couple more minutes then on that one, man. Now, Rod Dallas says Milroe isn't going to be an NFL QB. I mean, now, part of that, we obviously know, yeah, you're going to get some coach, some coordinator to say, hey, man, you want to play running back? You want to play wide receiver? Kind of like that report that we saw with Justin Fields in training camp where they said, yeah, would you use him in more than just, in more areas than just playing quarterback? And a lot of us were intrigued by it because of his athleticism, because of his ability to catch, his ability to run. So we're like, yeah, what if you could get him out there in that slash role like he's Cordell Stewart? But to me, I look at Milroe, I look at Fields, I look at any of those guys that, have been quarterbacks. When you get to this level, the highest level, man, I'm a firm believer in give yourself a chance, bro. Like, you've been a quarterback. You know that's what you do well. Who cares what these doubters are saying, man? If they don't think you could do it, at least give yourself the chance to fail. Go out there and show it, Jalen. I think that Milroe, he got all the traits that you would want to see in one of those quarterbacks. It's not consistent enough to me. It's not processing the information from pre-snap to post-snap fast enough for me just yet. But that doesn't mean that it can't do that. It doesn't mean that it can't develop. That doesn't mean that it can't add that. And I think that that's the part that when I look at Milroe, I'm like, there is some intrigue there. But that's the same thing that I felt about Justin Fields 2 years ago when he was in Chicago. And it was like, all right, there is a lot of negative around it, but it's still some positive in there as well, man. And if you can look at it through the right scope and you got a vision for it, I think that it could work. So that's kind of how I feel about Milroe. It's like, man, I think in the right situation, that's why when I say Milroe, I'm big on Russ being here because I think Russ is the thing that elevates Milroe and speeds and expedites its development from a passing standpoint, processing information standpoint, leadership standpoint, and just playing quarterback, right? Not being a great athlete, not being a great improviser, but being a quarterback. Because I think at times we focus too much on the guys that improvise or that one part of their game versus what they're doing the rest of the game. I'm talking about Josh, talking about Mahomes, talking about Lamar. It's like, man, these dudes aren't trying to be Superman for 4 quarters. No, they're being game managers, doing exactly what you're looking for, taking what the defense gives them. And then in those weighty moments, that's when they put that cape on and show up. That's when they put, they turn from Clark Kent to Superman. They go from Bruce Wayne to Batman. But they don't just do that the whole time. Whereas when I think of Milroe, it's a lot of these young quarterbacks right now that are doing it. They are more, I'm trying to live as Batman. I'm trying to live as Superman and do a little bit of Clark Kent, do a little bit of Bruce Wayne. It's like, nah, man, sometimes the routine is what you want at quarterback. Sometimes just boring play. That's what you want. Keep me on schedule. And that's why it would be times when you see where, man, Russ throw that ball on the ground, man, the play's blowing up, and we're like, fans be like, hey, man, no, why? Phil's would have extended that. He would have done this, he would have done that. And it's like, yeah, but there's a lot more negative that comes from those than positives. Whereas the professional side is, man, get rid of that ball, get to the next play. Hey, man, look, it was blown. The coverage wasn't good, whatever it was. Cool. Get rid of it. Go to the next play, man. Don't make a bad situation worse. Don't make a worse situation catastrophic, man. And that's quarterbacking. Not just being a great athlete. It's quarterbacking, man. And those are the things that I think Russ can teach a Jalen Milroe. I think that Justin Fields learned some of that stuff from Russ being here as well, man. So that's the thing that, like I said, man, for Russ, I do see parts of him where it's like, yeah, it is intriguing. But the youth, the athleticism, that's stuff that he doesn't have on his side anymore, no matter how much, I get excited talking about him at times. It's like, yo, Fields has that. That's what he for certain has over him, and it's not even close. But the flip side is the things that Russ has. And here we are still, right? Here we are. But if y'all digging what we doing, man, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel.